Well, good morning. Summer is finally here in the PNW, and I couldn't be more excited about it. The family and I and some friends are getting out to enjoy the long weekend. We're heading up to Winthrop, going through the North Cascades. And if you've never seen Highway 20 or driven over Highway 20 in the North Cascades, you are in for a treat. And I hope this inspires you to take a trip of your own because it's absolutely beautiful. The road just opened up a few weeks ago. And yeah, I'm excited to get up there, and I'm excited to take you guys along with us. Just 3 hours north of Seattle, the North Cascades National Park shows off huge jagged peaks, deep forested valleys, cascading waterfalls everywhere, and over 300 glaciers, more than any other U.S. park outside of Alaska. What I love most about this drive, besides these beautiful views, is that it's more than just a drive. There are so many good stops along the way, not only to break up the drive, but also just to see and learn about all kinds of beautiful things. Not long after entering the park, we come to our very first stop in New Halem at the hydroelectric project. After about a 2-hour drive to get this far, this is a great first stop to get out, stretch your legs, and enjoy the incredible scenery.
Are you awake, buddy?
Hey, buddy.
We're at our first little stop.
This station was originally built to power the construction of the Gorge Dam that we'll see soon. Now it provides power to the city light system. Everyone jump on 3!
No! Oh! And we're in the middle.
So pretty.
There's a series of trails here that take you all up into the mountains. We chose to do just a quick little path over to this bridge, but if you want to explore more, there's definitely more trails that you can go on. After enjoying the falls, Asher and I decided to go check out the visitors gallery. I don't know about you, but I always enjoy learning about how things like this work. The Visitor Center not only has all kinds of things you can read to learn about it, but it also has some really cool hands-on demonstrative type tools, which are fun for the kids and for me as well. Hey buddy, see that dial right there? Right in front of you? So roll that and then watch the light. Hey, do it, spin it. No. Spin it like that. Spin it. No, grab the ball, dude, and roll it. See the light come on? You're creating that power by rolling that. Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
So, buddy, the same way that works is how these turbines down here work with the water going through it.
So someone has to do this all day?
No, the water does that. It does the same kind of thing. The water pushes that device, creating power, and that goes down to Seattle. Pretty cool, huh? I don't know how much of that he actually grasped, but it was fun nonetheless. But now we're done here, we're gonna hop back in the Jeeps and head to our next spot, which I can't wait to show you. Once you leave the gorge, the next couple of miles are absolutely beautiful. You wind up this tight gorge with the river on one side and mountains towering over you on both sides. One stop we skipped, but I wouldn't if you've never been up here, would be the Gorge Overlook Trail that we're passing by right now. There's a small little loop trail that gives you a really beautiful view over Gorge Lake, as well as walking over that bridge just to see the massive waterfall. Definitely recommend it if you've never been. But we were excited to get to our next spot, which is driving over the Diablo Dam itself. When I saw all the construction vehicles, I got a little bit nervous thinking that it might be closed, but fortunately, it's not, because our friends behind us, Mike and Kelly and their kids, have never been here, so I really wanted to show them this really beautiful spot. I've driven across a lot of other dams across the country, but this one is just different. I don't know if it's because of how narrow it is or the just beautiful blue water on the one side, but I've always loved driving across this bridge. It might also have something to do with the incredible mountain scenery all around us. Like Snowfield Peak back there, just towering in the sky. It's just beautiful, especially with that white dusting of snow still. After enjoying the view down low on the water, now it's time to go to the overlook of Diablo Lake, which is just a whole other beautiful view. This can definitely be a very busy spot to visit, but it's absolutely worth it because these views looking out over Diablo are just unlike anything else. We're doing this trip pretty quick, so we don't have much more time than to just stop and enjoy the view for a couple minutes. But if you have more time, there is so much to do just right here in this area. There are a number of good hikes to do, as well as camping down at the lake, which you need a reservation quite far in advance to get that, so heads up on that. But also one of my favorite things to do here is kayaking or paddleboarding. This is from a couple years ago. I haven't been back up to do it since, but it's such a beautiful lake to enjoy. We thoroughly enjoyed our view there at Diablo Lake. We enjoyed some snacks, and then we're back on the road because we have a lot more to see. We have to get to Winthrop still and find camp. And if you thought the views so far on this drive are beautiful, they only get better as you approach Washington Pass and the heart of the North Cascades. Another fun fact about the North Cascades is that they are often referred to as the American Alps because of how much they resemble the European Alps. They also get buried in snow, seeing upwards of 400 inches in the winter, which closes down this road. This road is only open for about 5 months a year, so I always get up there as soon as I can to take in the beauty. The next stop on the list is the Washington Pass Overlook, which provides an amazing view from the pass looking east all the way towards Winthrop and shows a great difference in the landscape from the mountains all the way to the arid, more desert-like side of Winthrop. For some reason, the overlook was closed, even though this road opened up about a month ago, so I'm not really sure what was going on there. But the good thing is, just past that, there's a little pull-off that gives you a view up there to that cliff edge, which is the overlook, as well as the entire valley. So this worked out just as well, but I was a little bummed I couldn't show our friends the overlook. Instead, we enjoyed this view, and apparently everyone was enjoying watching Bruce pop his head out of our Jeep. After being back on the road for only a couple minutes, we pulled over quick for a little photo shoot. And while Mike and I did that, the girls went over across the street to check out some snow in the 75-degree weather.
You can hear Josh's Jeep across the street.
And Josh approves that sound. It's a little afternoon now, and after thoroughly enjoying this portion of our drive, we are hungry and we are ready to get down to Winthrop and find some lunch. From the top of Washington Pass, it's only about 45 minutes or so to get down to Winthrop. And what's crazy is that you drive down there, as you can already see in this video, the landscape changes dramatically. And will also get much hotter very quickly. So we're just now coming into Winthrop, but it is a holiday weekend. We were planning to eat at the brewery downtown. It's one of my favorite spots. But traffic getting into town is crazy. So instead, we stopped at the cider house, which is also a really good spot and was way less busy. It worked out really well. Taking a video of it. If we aren't full enough from our burgers and all of our delicious food, we just got into Winthrop and we have to get some ice cream. There's a really good shop in town that we just can't skip. Right, buddy? We can't skip ice cream, right?
Yeah.
That's the rule, right?
Yes.
If you see ice cream, you must eat ice cream.
Not too much of it.
If you've never been to Winthrop, it's one of the most charming little towns you'll ever visit. Like stepping right back into the 1800s and some old western. But now to the mission at hand, ice cream. Sherry's is where we normally go. They have a great selection, but they were packed. So instead, we chose to go to the Emporium, which I had never actually had their ice cream, and it was honestly really good. And I was glad to support a different business and try something new.
You pick one because we're doing one scoop.
Cookies and cream. Can I have a big spoon?
Hey, buddy. What kind you get?
Cookies and cream.
Cookies and cream, good choice.
Chocolate.
What Mama get?
Moose tracks.
I'm boring. I got vanilla. I love it though.
That is boring.
Hey, I
good.
got vanilla too. It's fun.
Good job. So a few months ago, myself and my kids, as well as Mike and Kelly and their kids, came to Winthrop to watch a hot air balloon festival. The hot air balloons take off right from downtown Winthrop, so I wanted to get a cool camp spot that would give us a really good view of the show. I noticed on the map that there were some hills on the east side of town that I had never explored before, so we decided on that trip to go and explore these roads. Unfortunately, it was still a little bit too early in the season. The roads were completely just buried, and we didn't make it very far, so you can go back to that video and see that adventure. So for this trip, we decided to go right back to the exact same area, because I wanted to see what that view would have looked like, and from these views, it would have been amazing. But that's okay, because we're here now enjoying it.
Bruh.
Bruh. Yeah, another 3 minutes.
So unfortunately, the road's closed, and for a really weird reason too. Steep, narrow road closed to prevent soil erosion and reduce road density in deer migration route. To reduce road density in deer migration route. I don't know what that means. So if anyone has an answer to that, please let me know in the comments. That sucks. I was so looking forward to getting to the spot. The view would have been just incredible. So we'll have to go back down. We had found one backup on the way up, so good thing for backups. Unfortunately, when you're exploring new areas, this kind of thing happens, and it's just part of it. But you just move on, you keep searching, and you'll find a good spot. So we found another road before getting to our backup spot. So now we're searching this one to see what's up here.
What just happened there?
That's a first. Just decided to join us for the ride. The brands are falling inside your Jeep? It full on did.
Look, it's all grass.
I'm pretty sure no one's been up here in a while based off this kind of lack of a road.
It looks like a golf course up here.
One thing I've talked about a lot on this channel is being prepared for as much as you can be. Meaning bringing extra fuel, supplies, food, water, and also tools like axes come in really handy sometimes, especially when you find a spot like this where it's kind of impassable without an axe. Let's see, is Mike an axe man? Nice! Now with that impressive work done, we only have about a half mile left to get up to another spot that I quickly found on my map app. So hopefully this one works out. So we made it to spot number 2, but it's very hilly. It's not flat at all. It does have a pretty good view. I mean, some trees in the way. It's just kind of this one little window, which honestly, this is amazing. But not exactly what we were hoping for. Plus, it's supposed to be a new moon, or it's not supposed to be. It's a new moon right now. So the stars should be amazing tonight. So I was really wanting a top of a hill, no obstruction view, so we can have a clear view of the stars tonight. Otherwise, I'd be pretty happy with this view for camp. But after seeing all of our options, we decided that the backup spot actually had the best view from what we'd seen so far. So we decided to head back down and camp there. Found our spot. We might just be on this side of a road, but there's a big pull off right here, and I can see someone else camped over here before as a fire pit. But that view, let me get it better for you, is exactly what I was hoping for. Just a full 180 view. Stars are going to be amazing tonight. It might not be the camp spot that we had planned for, but this camp spot is perfect. It's everything we were hoping to see, with just amazing views, and then even more importantly, just special time with family and friends. And of course, it's so important just getting the kids out of the house, away from electronics, playing golf with sticks and rocks. And you can't forget the all-important target practice.
Yeah, that is awesome.
That thing is charred, dude.
I can't get the bottom
Take a video. That's how Dad gets this.
For quite a few years now, I've been using the same collapsible pour-over filter for coffee, but on our recent trip to Winthrop back in February, it kind of failed on me, and it just wasn't letting the water go through anymore, and it was quite frustrating because it was cold and I wanted some hot coffee. So right after that trip, I bought a French press and also this heater and frother, which is just going to elevate my coffee game camping so much. But while I'm doing that, the kids are having fun playing a little game of badminton. This is Asher's first time ever playing anything with a racket in general, so it was definitely a learning curve for him, but towards the end of the day, he finally started to get a little bit. But while he's practicing, I got my stove going. It's time to make some bacon, because today we're having breakfast s'mores. Well, good morning. It's beautiful out here. I had these high hopes that last night I was going to get up and shoot all the Milky Way and everything. Sleep one. And then I had this grand idea I was going to get up for sunrise. Again, sleep one. But it's okay. It slept so good last night. The temperature was perfect. And now we're making some bacon. If you're new to the channel or haven't seen some of our older videos, we have a creation we call breakfast s'mores. And it's a fun alteration on a typical s'more that works for breakfast, and it's delicious. It's the weirdest combination of ingredients that came from a dare from Kira a few years ago that has now become one of our just favorite breakfasts when we're out camping. I honestly don't know if there's a better sound or smell when you're out camping than some fresh bacon.
I wonder where Bruce is.
Waiting for the droppings. Our breakfast s'mores are a pretty unique combination, but I promise you they are delicious. First, you start off with, we use a cookie with the chocolate on it as opposed to a graham cracker and chocolate separate. Put some peanut butter on there, some raspberries, and of course then you gotta put on the bacon. That's the best part of the whole thing. Then it's time to roast the mallow and enjoy. S'more. You get it without falling off.
See Daddy make a mess.
It was delicious. All right, Kelly's making her first breakfast s'more.
All right.
you got it. Okay.
Smush it.
Looks really clean.
Yep.
Super clean.
Good.
I told
Isn't
you
that combination good?
That's very good.
the raspberry. I don't know if I like.
Paul Saladino definitely recommends the breakfast s'more.
That looks like something I'm gonna eat.
Mike's been carnivore for how long has it been now?
9 months.
9 months, but he's contemplating cheating this morning because these look so amazing. I mean,
Found a clean one.
raspberries and bacon. Just ignore the cookie and ignore the peanut butter
Marshmallow.
and the marshmallow. Just ignore those, and you're still carnivore. Here you go, buddy. Got your breakfast s'more. Breakfast of champions.
This is
All right, don't get it all over your whatever your sweatshirt thing's called.
interesting breakfast. Here we go.
Lean over.
Lean forward.
How was that, dude?
Good.
Good.
That's the most delicious breakfast ever. I thought so, bruh. So Jack went with the fully toasted marshmallow.
Yeah.
All right, honest thoughts.
Very good.
Very good.
I haven't got enough raspberry.
Oh no, you didn't get enough. You try one with
Yeah, there we
your
go.
next bite.
It's in there.
Raspberry. Yeah.
Yeah.
It completes the flavor. Talk about an ironic transition. But I've seen way too much teepee just everywhere lately whenever I've been out off-roading and camping. So I'm going to teach you the proper way to do it. First, dig a hole. It needs to be at least 6 inches deep. Make sure to do this a long ways away from any roads, trail, and especially any water sources. But do find yourself this kind of spot with an amazing view, and then enjoy your business. Once you're done with the paperwork, make sure to fully bury it as if you were never there, and you're all good to go. All right, we're all packed up, or just about packed up. She might want to move. I don't know, could be kind of fun. But reminder, always leave camp as clean or cleaner than you found it. Unfortunately, due to people not leaving clean areas, so do your part, keep it clean. If someone else left a mess, clean it up for them so these public lands can stay public, hopefully. One great thing about this spot is that even though we felt like we were way away from town and people and all of that, we're actually only a 25-30 minute drive back into Winthrop, which was quite nice. Today we weren't in a huge rush to get out of camp, and so we just thoroughly enjoyed the morning, had breakfast and everything. If I had rushed out earlier, there's a really good spot in town for good coffee, baked goods, breakfast. It's called the Rocking Horse Bakery, and it's definitely a spot worth checking out. Before leaving town though, we need to fill up with gas. One thing to note, if you're doing this trip in the opposite direction and you're getting ready to head up over Highway 20 going west, fill up here. This is your last chance to get gas before you get all the way over to the west side of the mountains in Marble Mount. That goes both ways too. If you're heading east on the pass like we did, the last chance for gas also is in Marble Mount until you get all the way over to here. And with the high altitude and the big passes, you can go through fuel a lot faster than you think. After filling up, we decided to stop right next door at the espresso stand to get some ice cold drinks to hit the road because it was starting to get pretty warm out. Even though yesterday was an absolutely beautiful drive going over the North Cascades, today is going to be equally beautiful but in a whole different way. Our first stop is going to be at Lake Chelan, just an hour or so south of Winthrop. One thing I forgot to mention about Winthrop is just how much there is to do around there. Besides the shops, the restaurants, and the camping, there's so much more. There's water sports, biking, hiking, horseback riding, and so much more. The list goes on and on. You could easily spend a week or two just in Winthrop with all the activities there are to do. There's still a lot of those things I have not done myself either, but that'll be for another trip. This is just a quick weekend trip just to enjoy the sights. One beautiful thing about this drive south towards Chelan is that the road you're on, Highway 97, parallels the Columbia River the whole way down. It's absolutely beautiful. So just made it down to downtown Chelan. I love this place, especially in the summer. There's a really good ice cream shop that we may or may not go to. We will see.
We will.
We will.
We're going. Promise the kids.
There's also a really good diving spot into the lake, but no one thought to bring bathing suits, so that'll be for another time. Lake Chelan is a beautiful alpine lake stretching from deep inside the Cascades all the way down, dumping into the Columbia River. It's mostly snowmelt, which makes for a very cold but beautiful lake. Also, the kids saw these fish down in the water, and I honestly don't know what they are. So if anyone has a tip on that, they thought they were sharks. Obviously, they're not sharks. Because of the beautiful water here and the incredible views, Lake Chelan is a very popular destination for all kinds of water adventures, whether it's a boat, paddleboarding, kayaking, swimming, whatever. It's great for all the above. Did you find any sharks?
Oh my god.
After enjoying the water on the dock, we found the landing, which offers just about everything you need, including a really good lunch. And then, of course, after that lunch, you need some ice cream to wash it all down, and we promised the kids ice cream, and their ice cream here at the landing is really, really good. But if you come in the summer, especially on a weekend, expect a long line. This place packs up, and rightfully so. You happy, dude? How's your cotton candy? She always gets cotton candy.
Leave me alone.
And
it's good.
Buddy.
I barely get cotton.
Whatever.
I got a wild mountain blackberry smoothie. Although I usually go vanilla, so I'm usually pretty plain. But
What's a milkshake, not a smoothie?
or whatever. Potato. Chelan has so much going for it. Besides a really cool downtown area with, again, lots of shops, lots of restaurants, it of course has Lake Chelan, which is a huge draw. Especially in the summertime when it can easily get into the 90s and 100s over in the area. Chelan really is a destination all on its own, besides including it into the North Cascade Loop. And I'm excited because we are actually going back here in a couple of weeks to do even more just in Chelan. So if you aren't subscribed and you want to learn more, definitely hit that subscribe button and watch out for that future trip. Another thing I want to check out is this water park that I just recently learned about that apparently has been in Chelan for a while, and I just somehow had never heard about it. So it's time to check that off the list as well on this future trip. But we're done with Chelan. Now we're heading south to our second to last stop, which is Leavenworth, which is another really cool town. And it's actually probably one of the most famous towns on the North Cascade Loop, or even in Washington outside of Seattle. Yes, that was totally Mike finishing off that beat for me, which was fantastic and totally unplanned. That's when you know you have good friends, when you could do something like that, and it all finishes out without ever being planned on. From Chelan to Leavenworth is only about an hour and a half, so again, not a very long drive. That's the greatest thing about the whole North Cascade Loop, is that you can break it up into these very manageable hour to 2 hour sections of your drive to where you don't feel like you're being worn out by a bunch of driving. But finally, we made it into Leavenworth. This really is one of the prettiest backdrops for a city. It's just incredible. Off to the left, you have all the enchantments back there, which is one of the most beautiful hiking areas, I'd say, in the world. So if you're a hiker and you're visiting the area, definitely check that out. Of course, along with all the really cool shops, the Bavarian food, ice cream shops, of course. So many things to check out in this town, so many activities to do in this town, but the one that we're after tonight, the one that I've been looking forward to this whole weekend is the mountain coaster. All right, bruh, we're gonna go max speed, right? Max speed. You ready, buddy? It's gonna be fun, dude. He's ridden this coaster now, I think 3 or 4 times, and he loves it every time he does it, yet he still gets nervous every time we do it. Stop the noise, dude. Good job, buddy. Woo! Woo! Oh! There's Mom. This coaster really is a ton of fun, and if you're in Leavenworth, I highly recommend doing it. If you come in the summer, especially on the weekends, it does book up, so make sure you go online, make your reservation, that way you're good to go. I would love to show you more of Leavenworth, but that's just not in the cards for this trip. We still have a couple more stops on Highway 2 as we head back to Seattle to get to before it gets dark. So let's hit the road and let's see those. I love the stretch of road as you are entering or leaving Leavenworth. It reminds me of the section when you're first entering into the North Cascades, just this narrow gorge alongside a river, mountains towering over you on both sides. I just love that feeling. And then the snow-capped peaks, it's so beautiful. Now we're crossing over Stevens Pass, and depending on which season you're here, if it's in the winter, this is a great spot to ski or snowboard. If it's summer, it's a great spot to go mountain biking. Of course, there's lots of good hiking options as well, and along with that, the PCT actually runs right through Stevens Pass. And this next spot we're stopping at is called Deception Falls. It's right off the freeway, literally. It actually runs underneath the freeway and is a huge waterfall. So we just pulled up to the last stop on the trip, but it's a really, really cool waterfall and it's huge. Although year-round this waterfall is really cool, in the spring it's especially awesome because of just how much water is rushing down through these falls. You can see the surprise on Jack's face up there on the left as he got hit with that wall of mist and then goes and hides behind his mom. What's great about Deception Falls is, like I said before, it's right off the freeway and it's a really quick walk to get down to the bridge and over to the falls. You could be in and out of here in 10 minutes if you wanted to be. It makes for a really great quick stop. So we still have a little bit of daylight left before it's dark. So because of that, we're going to fit in one more stop before we head home. This is another spot that's right off the freeway and it's absolutely beautiful. And if you live in the area, you've probably passed it and didn't even know it was there. This spot is called Eagle Falls and has long been a favorite spot of mine and a great swim hole. You exploring the cave, dude?
Yeah. I've already seen it because I've been over here.
That's why it's so stinky. That's a big hole.
It's a pretty cool cave.
The wall that's straight ahead of me across the water is where everyone dives off at in the summer. There's multiple ledges at different heights to jump in. There's also a couple rope swings. So it's a lot of fun. Definitely recommend it for your summer list. This is what I love about getting out in these places, is seeing his love for adventure and following me just about everywhere I'll go, for better or worse.
Good job, dude.
I love it.
Crazy.
Well, I want to thank you for joining us on another Out of the Woods adventure. I hope this inspires a trip of your own to the North Cascade Highway Loop. Make sure to like and subscribe. We'll see you on the next one.